Welcome to the most exciting coin discovery of your life. Today, we're diving into the mysterious and ultra-rare bicentennial coins, an ordinary-looking coin with the power to make you a millionaire overnight. If you've got this hidden gem in your pocket, your entire future could change in an instant. Let's unlock the secrets behind this legendary piece of treasure. First up, imagine holding in your hand a humble 1939 USA wheat penny. Its surface darkened and worn from decades of circulation, edges softened, and the rich copper patina telling a story that spans nearly a century. Though many might dismiss a dirty, well-worn cent as just pocket change, this 1939 wheat cent is a fascinating portal into history. A coin born at the close of the Great Depression, designed during an era when the United States was redefining its economic and cultural identity. Struck at a time when the world was on the brink of monumental change, this small coin carries a resonance far greater than its face value. In this video, we're diving deep into what makes this often overlooked piece of copper so historically significant, rare in its own right, and surprisingly valuable in the collector's market. From a historical standpoint, the 1939 wheat penny belongs to the iconic wheat cent series. Coins minted from 1909 through 1958 that were among the earliest decimal small cents in U.S. coinage, representing a century-old commitment to the decimal money system that the young nation embraced from its founding. The obverse features a dignified portrait of Abraham Lincoln, a tribute to the president whose leadership helped preserve the Union, while the reverse displays the paired stalks of wheat that give the series its name. Symbols of prosperity, growth, and hope during an era when every dollar counted. In 1939, the U.S. Mint produced millions of these cents across its Philadelphia and Denver facilities, but many were spent, lost, or melted down over the decades, making well-preserved examples increasingly scarce. One of the most intriguing aspects of the 1939 penny is its composition. Unlike modern pennies, which since 1982 have been primarily zinc with a thin copper plating, the 1939 wheat cent is made of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. That rich copper content gives the coin a weight and heft that collectors appreciate. But crucially, it also means that these coins were often removed from circulation for their metal value during times of economic stress. In very dirty or poor condition, a 1939 penny may show heavy wear, surface scratches, verdigris, or dark tunning. Yet even in this state, the coin retains a charm and authenticity that pristine pieces can never quite replicate. Despite its modest appearance when well worn, a 1939 wheat penny can be surprisingly valuable, especially as collectors and investors seek out older copper coins with solid pedigrees. Market demand for common-date wheat cents in compromised condition often drives prices in the range of around $1,000 to $9,000 or more, depending on subtle traits like strike quality, mint mark, historical context, and surviving details. The extremes of this range are typically reserved for the rarest mint errors, exceptional eye appeal despite wear, or coins that have been professionally authenticated and graded by respected services such as PCGS or NGC. Even a dirty, heavily worn 1939 can fetch hundreds of dollars at auction if it shows interesting tunning or traces of original design left in the high points. For collectors and investors alike, the investment potential of a 1939 wheat penny in very dirty condition lies not just in its current market value, but in its story and place within numismatic history. Older copper coins will always have a unique appeal because they physically connect us to the past, and as fewer circulation examples survive each year, demand tends to increase. Savvy collectors often view these coins as long-term holds, especially certified pieces whose authenticity and condition are backed by a trusted grading authority. Unlike volatile speculative assets, historical coins have intrinsic cultural value that doesn't depend on financial markets, yet they have shown resilience and steady appreciation as interest in tangible collectibles grows worldwide. If you're just beginning your journey into coin collecting, there are some essential tips to keep in mind when seeking out valuable wheat pennies like the 1939. First, condition is everything. Even a dirty coin can be more valuable if it has clear dates, original surfaces, and no significant damage. Second, professional certification and grading can protect your investment by guaranteeing authenticity and condition. Learned collectors will pay a premium for graded coins with strong numerical grades. Third, educate yourself on grading standards and learn to distinguish between genuine wear and postment damage. This will help you avoid overpaying. Finally, connect with coin clubs, online forums, and local collectors, communities, where shared knowledge and camaraderie can accelerate your learning and bring you closer to rarer finds. Beyond the numbers and market chatter, the importance of the 1939 wheat penny in numismatic history cannot be overstated. It's a tangible piece of an era when Americans carried copper cents in their pockets, when small change was part of everyday commerce and personal stories, from buying a newspaper to paying for a bus ride. As a representative of early decimal coinage, it reflects the enduring legacy of the U.S. Mint and the cultural evolution of American money. Every scratch and smudge on a well-worn 1939 cent is a testament to real hands that once used it, real transactions that shaped lives, and a century that saw transformations most of us can only imagine. In closing, consider the cultural symbolism and international appeal of a coin like the 1939 wheat penny. Collectors across the world are drawn not merely to its copper content or auction values, but to what it represents: endurance, history, and a shared human connection to currency as storytelling. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just discovering the joy of old coins, holding a 1939 wheat penny, even in very dirty condition, is like touching a piece of the 20th century. Its long-term value, both financial and emotional, continues to appreciate as generations pass it between eager hands, ensuring its legacy will endure for years to come. Another compelling reason collectors continue to pursue the 1939 wheat penny, even in very dirty condition, is the psychology of scarcity that develops over time. While millions were originally minted, the reality is that far fewer survive today in any recognizable state, and even fewer retain legible dates and design details after decades of circulation. Each year, coins are lost, damaged beyond recognition, or locked away permanently in private collections. This gradual reduction in supply steadily increases pressure on demand, especially among newer collectors who want an authentic pre-war American coin. The result is a slow but persistent rise in perceived value, making even heavily circulated examples more desirable than one might expect at first glance. The role of grading becomes even more fascinating when dealing with a dirty 1939 wheat penny. Grading services do not simply judge beauty, they assess originality, remaining design elements, and whether the wear occurred naturally through circulation. A coin that looks dark, stained, or rough may still receive a respectable grade if it has not been harshly cleaned or altered. In fact, many seasoned collectors prefer original dirt and tunning over artificially bright surfaces, as originality often translates to trust and authenticity in the market. This preference can significantly affect price, turning what appears to be a low-grade coin into a respected collectible with solid resale potential. From an educational standpoint, owning a 1939 wheat penny offers collectors an entry point into understanding broader themes of American economic history. The late 1930s marked a period of recovery, cautious optimism, and industrial rebuilding in the United States. Coins from this era were produced using traditional minting methods and materials that would later change due to wartime demands. The copper used in these pennies would soon become critical for military equipment, making pre-war copper coins increasingly symbolic of a world that was about to transform. This historical weight adds depth to the coin's value, elevating it beyond simple metal and currency. International collectors have also played a growing role in driving demand for classic U.S. copper coins like the 1939 wheat penny. American coinage is widely recognized and respected across global numismatic markets, and wheat cents in particular are seen as iconic representations of early U.S. design philosophy. For collectors outside the United States, even a dirty example can be a prized artifact, offering a tangible link to American history at an accessible entry price compared to gold or silver coins. This international interest broadens the buyer base and contributes to the long-term stability of market values. Ultimately, the long-term appreciation of the 1939 wheat penny lies in its ability to bridge generations. It is a coin that grandparents may have carried, parents may have overlooked, and modern collectors are now rediscovering with renewed respect. As digital currency and cashless transactions become more common, physical coins from the early 20th century gain added significance as symbols of a tangible past. The 1939 wheat penny, even when worn, dirty, and imperfect, stands as proof that value is not always about shine or condition, but about story, survival, and the enduring human connection to money itself. Second, the 1940 United States wheat penny, even when found in very dirty and heavily circulated condition, represents a powerful fragment of American history captured in copper. Minted on the eve of World War II, this coin emerged during a time when the United States was transitioning from economic recovery into industrial mobilization. Every darkened surface, stain, and worn detail reflects years of real-world use, making the coin a silent witness to everyday life in mid-20th century America. Though small in size and face value, the 1940 wheat cent carries emotional and historical weight that far exceeds its denomination, especially for collectors who value authenticity over cosmetic perfection. As part of the long-running wheat penny series, the 1940 cent belongs to a lineage of coins that helped cement the United States' commitment to a practical decimal monetary system used daily by ordinary citizens. These cents were among the most widely circulated decimal coins, functioning as the backbone of small transactions for decades. Featuring Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and wheat ears on the reverse, the design symbolized unity, productivity, and stability at a time when such values mattered deeply. While not among the earliest U.S. decimal coins chronologically, wheat pennies like the 1940 issue represent one of the most enduring and culturally significant decimal denominations in American history. The metal composition of the 1940 wheat penny is one of its most important attributes, consisting of approximately 95% copper with small amounts of tin and zinc. This high copper content gives the coin a warm tone and substantial feel that modern zinc-based cents lack. Over decades of circulation, copper reacts with air, moisture, and human contact, resulting in dark tunning, grime, and sometimes green oxidation. Collectors often view this natural aging as a badge of originality rather than a flaw, especially when the coin has not been cleaned or altered. In numismatics, originality frequently commands more respect than shine. Although most 1940 wheat pennies are relatively affordable in average circulated grades, the most valuable and expensive examples stand apart due to rarity factors such as exceptional preservation, unusual strike characteristics, or authenticated mint errors. In very fine condition and above, especially when professionally certified, certain examples can command market values ranging from around $1,000 to as high as $9,000 or more in exceptional cases. Even heavily worn or dirty specimens can reach impressive prices when collectors recognize surviving detail, historical integrity, or special attributes. As demand increases and supply slowly diminishes, values continue to trend upward for desirable pieces. From an investment perspective, the 1940 wheat penny appeals to collectors seeking stability rather than speculation. Copper coins from the pre-war era have shown consistent long-term appreciation, driven by historical relevance and collector nostalgia. Unlike modern commemoratives or novelty items, wheat pennies are deeply embedded in the fabric of American commerce and memory. A certified example with documented provenance can serve as a tangible store of value that is resistant to inflationary pressures and shifting financial markets, making it attractive to both seasoned investors and passionate hobbyists. For collectors considering the 1940 wheat penny, attention to condition is critical, even when dealing with very dirty examples. Natural wear from circulation is acceptable and often desirable, but harsh cleaning, corrosion damage, or altered surfaces can significantly reduce value. Certification by respected grading services provides assurance of authenticity and standardized grading, helping buyers and sellers agree on fair market value. Understanding grading standards allows collectors to recognize hidden potential in coins that others might overlook. Joining collector communities, whether local clubs or international forums, further enhances knowledge and provides access to trusted market insights. Within the broader scope of numismatic history, the 1940 wheat penny occupies an important transitional position. It represents the final years before wartime material shortages would alter coin compositions and minting priorities. As such, it is a symbol of the last era of traditional American copper cent production before change became inevitable. Collectors often view coins from this period as anchors of continuity, linking early 20th century craftsmanship to modern numismatics. Its role in this transition enhances its desirability beyond mere rarity. Culturally, the 1940 wheat penny resonates far beyond U.S. borders, attracting international collectors who see it as an emblem of American heritage and economic resilience. Its design is instantly recognizable worldwide, and its copper composition connects it to a time when money felt substantial and personal. As physical currency becomes less common, historic coins gain emotional and symbolic value, reinforcing their long-term appeal. Over time, the combination of cultural significance, international demand, and diminishing availability ensures that the 1940 wheat penny, dirty or not, continues to appreciate as both a collectible and a historical artifact. Another layer of fascination surrounding the 1940 wheat penny in very dirty condition is the human journey it represents. These coins circulated through countless hands during a period when 1 cent still carried meaningful purchasing power. They passed through corner stores, factories, farms, and family-owned businesses, becoming part of daily survival and progress. When collectors examine a heavily worn 1940 penny today, they are not just studying metal but imagining the lives it touched. This emotional connection often drives demand just as strongly as rarity or grade, reinforcing why such coins continue to command attention and value. The concept of rarity becomes especially nuanced when discussing dirty or heavily circulated 1940 wheat pennies. While mintages were high, survival in collectible form is far lower than raw numbers suggest. Coins that escape being cleaned, damaged, or melted hold a premium because originality is increasingly scarce. Even when surfaces appear dark or uneven, the presence of untouched metal and honest wear can elevate a coin status in the eyes of experienced collectors. As grading standards evolve, appreciation for originality continues to grow, quietly pushing values upward over time. Educationally, the 1940 wheat penny serves as a gateway coin for many collectors entering the world of classic U.S. numismatics. It teaches lessons about metallurgy, grading, history, and market psychology all at once. Collectors learn to differentiate between dirt and damage, wear and alteration, rarity and hype. This learning process adds intangible value to ownership, as each coin becomes both a collectible and a reference piece. Such educational value strengthens long-term interest, ensuring continued demand across generations. The global appeal of the 1940 wheat penny also benefits from the universal language of copper coinage. Copper coins were used worldwide throughout the early 20th century, making them familiar and relatable to international collectors. American wheat pennies, in particular, are admired for their balanced design and historical symbolism. As global coin markets become more interconnected through auctions and online platforms, international buyers increasingly compete for quality examples, including those in honest, circulated condition, further supporting price growth. Ultimately, the enduring strength of the 1940 wheat penny lies in its ability to remain relevant despite changing times. It stands at the intersection of history, art, economics, and culture, making it far more than a simple 1-cent coin. As modern society moves toward digital transactions and intangible assets, physical relics like this penny gain renewed importance. Its long-term value appreciation is supported not only by collector demand, but by its role as a preserved fragment of human history, ensuring that even the dirtiest surviving examples remain treasured for decades to come. Third, the 1942 United States wheat penny, even when discovered in very dirty and heavily circulated condition, stands as one of the most historically charged small coins in American numismatics. Minted during the height of World War II, this coin was produced at a moment when the nation's economy, industry, and daily life were fully focused on the war effort. Every worn edge and darkened surface reflects a time when Americans were rationing resources, saving scrap metal, and relying on coins like this for everyday survival. A dirty 1942 wheat penny does not represent neglect. It represents endurance, movement, and real use during one of the most intense periods in modern history. As part of the iconic wheat cent series, the 1942 penny belongs to one of the most recognizable and long-lived decimal coin designs in the United States. These cents played a crucial role in making the decimal system practical for ordinary citizens, serving as the backbone of small commerce for decades. Featuring Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and wheat ears on the reverse, the design symbolized unity, labor, and national strength. In 1942, this symbolism was especially powerful, as the country depended on agricultural output and industrial productivity to sustain both civilians and soldiers overseas. This makes the coin not just a unit of currency, but a patriotic artifact. One of the most important factors behind the value of the 1942 wheat penny is its copper composition. Unlike later wartime cents, this coin was struck primarily from a high copper alloy, consisting of approximately 95% copper with small amounts of tin and zinc. This was the last full year before the U.S. Mint dramatically altered cent compositions to conserve copper for military use. As a result, the 1942 copper wheat penny represents the final chapter of traditional copper cent production before wartime necessity reshaped American coinage. Over time, copper naturally darkens and accumulates grime, making dirty examples common yet deeply authentic. Despite its humble appearance when heavily worn, the 1942 wheat penny can be among the most valuable and expensive cents of its era under the right conditions. Examples that survive with strong detail, originality, and professional certification can command market values ranging from around $1,000 to $9,000 or more, particularly when rarity factors such as strike quality, mint characteristics, or historical appeal come into play. Even coins in very dirty condition can achieve impressive prices if they retain original surfaces and have not been harshly cleaned or damaged. Collectors increasingly recognize that honest wear does not diminish historical importance. From an investment standpoint, the 1942 wheat penny offers a compelling balance between accessibility and long-term growth. Pre-war and wartime copper coins have shown consistent appreciation as collectors seek tangible assets tied to real historical moments. Unlike modern speculative collectibles, these pennies benefit from both intrinsic metal value and deep cultural significance. Certified examples with well-documented grading often perform best over time, as they provide confidence in authenticity and condition. For many collectors, owning a 1942 wheat penny is not just about profit, but about preserving a physical piece of history. Collectors interested in this coin should pay close attention to condition, even when dealing with very dirty specimens. Natural circulation wear is acceptable and often desirable, but surface damage, corrosion, or artificial cleaning can significantly reduce value. Professional certification and grading help establish trust and market credibility, especially for higher value examples. Understanding grading standards allows collectors to see beyond surface dirt and recognize remaining design strength and originality. Joining numismatic communities, whether through local clubs or online forums, further enhances knowledge and provides valuable insight into market trends and authentication practices. Within the broader scope of numismatic history, the 1942 wheat penny holds exceptional importance because it represents a turning point in U.S. coinage. It marks the transition from traditional copper cents to emergency wartime compositions that would soon follow. Coins from this year capture the tension between continuity and change, reflecting how global events directly influenced even the smallest elements of daily life. This historical positioning elevates the 1942 wheat penny beyond a common circulation coin, making it a cornerstone piece for serious collectors of American currency. Culturally, the 1942 wheat penny carries symbolism that resonates far beyond the United States. International collectors are drawn to it as a representation of American resilience, industrial strength, and wartime unity. Its familiar design and solid copper construction evoke a time when money felt substantial and meaningful. As the world moves further toward digital transactions, physical coins like this gain increased emotional and historical value. With growing global interest, limited surviving supply, and deep-rooted symbolism, the long-term value appreciation of the 1942 wheat penny, even in very dirty condition, continues to strengthen, ensuring its place as a treasured artifact for generations to come. Another reason the 1942 wheat penny continues to attract attention is the powerful contrast it represents between scarcity and survival. During wartime, coins were not saved as collectibles. They were tools of necessity. Many 1942 cents were worn down rapidly through constant use, and countless others were later lost, melted, or damaged beyond recognition. A very dirty example that still clearly shows its date and design elements is therefore a survivor, and collectors increasingly value this survival story. Each mark and discoloration becomes evidence of authenticity, reinforcing why demand persists even for heavily circulated specimens. The emotional value of the 1942 wheat penny often rivals its financial worth. For many collectors, this coin symbolizes sacrifice, resilience, and national unity during a global crisis. Families on the home front used these pennies for daily purchases while soldiers fought overseas, making the coin a quiet witness to personal and national struggles. This emotional connection creates a deeper attachment than what is typically found with modern coins. As newer generations seek tangible links to real historical moments, coins like the 1942 wheat penny gain renewed relevance and respect. Market trends also show that collector interest is shifting toward historically meaningful coins rather than purely aesthetic ones. A dirty 1942 wheat penny with original surfaces is often preferred over a cleaned or altered example that appears visually brighter. This shift benefits collectors who understand that originality and honesty are critical to long-term value. Auction results increasingly reflect this preference, with naturally worn coins achieving strong prices when properly certified. As education within the numismatic community grows, so does appreciation for coins that tell an unaltered story. International demand continues to expand as global collectors recognize the wartime significance of American coinage. The 1942 wheat penny is especially appealing because it represents the last breath of traditional copper cents before wartime substitutions reshaped currency worldwide. Collectors from Europe, Asia, and beyond view this coin as a symbol of the United States' industrial and economic role during World War II. This global interest creates competition beyond domestic markets, helping to stabilize and gradually increase long-term values. Ultimately, the 1942 wheat penny stands as a reminder that true value is often rooted in meaning rather than appearance. Its long-term appreciation is driven by a combination of historical importance, cultural symbolism, limited survival, and growing global interest. As time moves forward and physical reminders of the wartime era become rarer, even the dirtiest surviving examples gain significance. This ensures that the 1942 wheat penny will remain not just a collectible, but a preserved fragment of human history whose worth continues to deepen with each passing generation. Fourth, the 1944 wheat penny, even when found in very dirty and heavily circulated condition, is a remarkable piece of American numismatic history. Minted at the Denver Mint during the height of World War II, this coin was produced at a time when the United States was fully mobilized for the war effort, and metals like copper were in high demand for military use. As a result, most coins in circulation saw heavy wear, and surviving examples with intact design details are becoming increasingly rare. A dirty 1944 wheat penny is not merely a worn coin. It is a survivor of history, carrying with it the stories of everyday Americans who handled it during an extraordinary time. This penny is part of the renowned wheat cent series, which ran from 1909 to 1958, and holds a special place as one of the first decimal coin designs widely circulated in the United States. The obverse features Abraham Lincoln, commemorating a leader synonymous with unity and perseverance, while the reverse showcases wheat ears, a symbol of agricultural prosperity and hope during challenging times. The 1944 issue, in particular, represents the final years of wartime copper production before the mint fully transitioned to steel cents in 1943 and returned to copper in 1944. Its design and context make it historically significant beyond its monetary value. The 1944 wheat penny was predominantly composed of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, reflecting a return to traditional materials after the temporary steel cents of 1943. This copper composition gives the coin a distinct weight and appearance, which over decades naturally develops a patina, and in very dirty examples, layers of grime and darkening. Collectors often appreciate this natural aging, as it signals authenticity and the coin's journey through countless hands. The very dirtiness of the coin can serve as a badge of originality, differentiating it from pieces that have been artificially cleaned or altered. Even in heavily worn or dirty condition, the 1944 wheat penny can achieve significant market value, particularly for collectors who recognize its rarity and historical importance. Market prices can range from approximately $1,000 to as much as $9,000 or more for pieces with exceptional traits, such as clear mint marks, strong remaining design details, or unique strike characteristics. Professional certification and grading by recognized services like PCGS or NGC can significantly enhance its value, providing reassurance to buyers and helping the coin stand out in a crowded collector market. From an investment standpoint, the 1944 wheat penny offers both stability and long-term growth potential. Pre-war and wartime copper coins have demonstrated consistent appreciation as tangible, historically significant assets. Unlike modern collectibles, whose value often depends on trends or media hype, coins like the 1944 wheat penny derive worth from a combination of rarity, historical context, and cultural significance. Certified and graded examples provide additional security for collectors seeking long-term investment value, particularly those interested in preserving American numismatic history. For collectors, even very dirty 1944 pennies offer important lessons in evaluating condition, authenticity, and market potential. Natural circulation, is often more desirable than heavy cleaning or surface alterations, which can drastically reduce value. Understanding grading standards helps collectors identify the remaining strength of a coin's design and differentiate between genuine wear and post-mint damage. Joining numismatic communities, both online and offline, offers access to shared knowledge, trading opportunities, and expert insights that can help collectors locate rare examples and make informed purchasing decisions. The historical significance of the 1944 wheat penny cannot be overstated. It represents the perseverance of American coinage through wartime challenges, the return to traditional copper after steel sent production, and the continuity of the nation's monetary system during an era of global upheaval. Collectors value it not just as currency, but as a symbol of the resilience and ingenuity of the U.S. Mint, and as a tangible piece of history that connects modern audiences to a pivotal era. Finally, the cultural and international appeal of the 1944 wheat penny adds to its long-term value. Collectors worldwide admire it as a representation of American heritage, wartime resilience, and classic coin design. Its enduring symbolism and limited supply ensure steady demand, while its connection to a critical period in history guarantees emotional resonance for generations of collectors. Even in very dirty condition, this coin stands as a testament to the passage of time, the evolution of currency, and the timeless allure of authentic, historical numismatic treasures. Another fascinating aspect of the 1944 wheat penny, even in very dirty condition, is its status as a survivor from an era when coins were truly functional objects, not collectibles. Unlike modern coins, which often see limited wear due to electronic transactions and hoarding, these pennies were exchanged countless times for daily necessities. Each scratch, discoloration, and worn edge tells a story of real use, purchased groceries, bus rides, and small acts of everyday life during wartime. Collectors often value these marks of authenticity, understanding that a coin's journey through history is just as important as its visual appeal. The scarcity of well-preserved 1944 pennies enhances their desirability, even among dirty examples. While millions were minted, the survival rate in collectible condition is far lower, and many coins were lost, damaged, or melted down for their copper content. A dirty penny that retains a legible date and visible design elements is therefore a rare artifact. This scarcity drives market demand, and collectors recognize that originality often outweighs shine when evaluating long-term value, making authentic, heavily circulated coins more valuable than artificially restored pieces. Educationally, owning a 1944 wheat penny provides an entry into understanding the intricate relationships between history, metallurgy, and numismatics. Collectors learn to distinguish between circulation wear and post-mint damage, appreciate the subtleties of mint marks, and explore the historical context behind each coin. This process builds knowledge and enhances the appreciation of other coins within the series. For new collectors, even a very dirty penny serves as a practical teaching tool, illustrating the life of currency and the evolution of American coinage over time. The international appeal of the 1944 wheat penny continues to expand as global collectors recognize its symbolic and historical significance. American coinage is widely respected around the world, and wheat pennies in particular are celebrated for their classic design and connection to pivotal moments in U.S. history. Collectors from Europe, Asia, and beyond seek these coins not just as investments, but as cultural artifacts representing American resilience, industrial achievement, and wartime unity. This international competition strengthens long-term market stability and ensures continued interest. Ultimately, the 1944 wheat penny's long-term value lies in its unique combination of history, scarcity, and cultural resonance. Even in very dirty condition, it is a tangible link to the past, connecting collectors with the stories and lives of those who used it nearly 80 years ago. Its continued appreciation is fueled not only by collector demand, but by its enduring symbolism as a piece of American heritage. This coin stands as proof that true value is often found in authenticity, history, and the stories that survive time, securing its place as a treasured numismatic artifact. 5. The 1945 United States wheat penny, even when found in very dirty and heavily circulated condition, is an exceptional artifact from a defining moment in American history. Minted just as World War II was drawing to a close, this coin circulated at a time when the United States was transitioning from wartime production back to a peacetime economy. The heavy wear, darkened patina, and layers of grime seen on many surviving examples tell a story of decades of real use, passing through countless hands in everyday transactions. A dirty 1945 wheat penny is more than just a cent. It is a survivor of history, a tangible link to the lives of Americans navigating an era of immense global change. As a member of the iconic wheat cent series, the 1945 penny carries forward a design that had become deeply familiar to the public since 1909. Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the obverse symbolizes unity and resilience, while the reverse features wheat ears that evoke agricultural prosperity and the enduring spirit of the nation. This series was among the first widely circulated decimal coins in the United States, helping standardize everyday commerce and providing a reliable monetary foundation for ordinary citizens. The 1945 issue, produced in high volumes yet still rare in top conditions, represents the continuation of this historic design through one of the most significant years of the 20th century. Compositionally, the 1945 wheat penny was struck in 95% copper with 5% tin and zinc, reflecting a return to traditional materials after the temporary steel cents of 1943. The copper content gives the coin a satisfying weight and the ability to age gracefully, developing natural tunning and darkening over time. In very dirty coins, the accumulation of decades of handling and exposure creates a patina that collectors often prize, as it signals authenticity and originality. Unlike cleaned or altered coins, a naturally aged penny preserves the story of its circulation and maintains a visual connection to its era. Even in heavily worn or dirty condition, the 1945 wheat penny can be highly valuable. Market prices for collectible examples can range from approximately $1,000 to $9,000 or more, depending on factors such as clarity of the mint mark, remaining design details, and historical significance. Certain coins that display rare striking anomalies or retain exceptional originality can reach the upper end of this spectrum, particularly when professionally certified. Dirty examples are not automatically discounted. In fact, collectors often view them as authentic witnesses of history, and when certified by services like PCGS or NGC, their value can be surprisingly robust. From an investment perspective, the 1945 wheat penny presents a unique opportunity. Its historical significance, high copper content, and continued collector demand make it an attractive tangible asset. Unlike modern speculative collectibles, Its value is grounded in both metal content and a deep cultural connection. Certified and graded examples offer reassurance to investors, ensuring that the coin's authenticity and condition are professionally documented. For those looking to diversify into historical assets, owning a 1945 wheat penny provides both financial and historical dividends, offering a tangible link to the past that cannot be replicated digitally. Collectors interested in this coin should pay careful attention to condition, even when dealing with very dirty specimens. While natural wear is acceptable and often desirable, excessive corrosion, post-mint damage, or harsh cleaning can significantly reduce value. Professional certification and adherence to grading standards help ensure that coins are properly assessed and valued. Engaging with numismatic communities through local clubs or online forums provides essential guidance, access to reputable sellers, and educational resources that help collectors recognize quality examples and make informed purchasing decisions. The historical importance of the 1945 wheat penny extends beyond its composition and circulation. It represents the continuity of American coinage through wartime challenges, linking the nation's monetary system before, during, and immediately after World War II. As one of the final copper wheat cents produced before the end of the series, it is a tangible reminder of both the economic stability and cultural resilience of the era. Collectors appreciate it not just for its scarcity, but for its ability to tell a story about the perseverance of everyday Americans and the enduring design legacy of the U.S. Mint. Culturally and internationally, the 1945 wheat penny maintains strong appeal. Its classic design, copper composition, and connection to a pivotal historical moment make it desirable for collectors around the world. As physical currency becomes less common, coins like this gain additional symbolic and emotional value. Even in very dirty condition, the 1945 wheat penny is a treasured artifact, combining historical significance, collector demand, and long-term value appreciation. Its ability to connect people across generations and continents ensures it will remain a cherished piece of numismatic history for decades to come. Another fascinating aspect of the 1945 wheat penny in very dirty condition is the story it tells about everyday life during a pivotal year in history. This coin circulated among families, workers, and soldiers returning from war, exchanged for basic necessities and small comforts. Each worn edge, scratch, and darkened surface is a silent witness to these countless everyday transactions. Collectors value this authenticity, understanding that the coin's imperfections are not flaws, but markers of its journey through history. Even in a heavily worn state, a 1945 penny carries more narrative weight than many newer, pristine coins. The rarity of surviving 1945 wheat pennies in collectible form adds to their desirability. Millions were minted, yet the passage of time, combined with extensive circulation and the occasional melting of copper coins for reuse, means that intact coins with clear dates and legible details are increasingly scarce. Dirty examples that maintain original surfaces, despite heavy wear, are particularly prized because they retain their historical integrity. Collectors recognize that originality often outweighs shine, making these coins a sought-after addition to any collection. From an educational perspective, the 1945 wheat penny offers a tangible way to learn about coin grading, composition, and history. Collectors examining these coins learn to differentiate natural circulation, where from post-mint damage, appreciate the significance of mint marks, and understand the historical context of production during the final stages of World War II. This process not only builds numismatic knowledge, but also enhances the appreciation of other coins in the wheat cent series, making even a dirty example a valuable teaching tool. The international appeal of the 1945 wheat penny cannot be overstated. Collectors across the globe admire these coins for their classic design and connection to a major historical event. Wheat pennies are widely recognized and respected outside the United States, and the 1945 issue, in particular, is seen as a symbol of American resilience and post-war recovery. Global competition among collectors helps maintain and gradually increase market values, ensuring that demand remains strong even decades after the coins were minted. Finally, the 1945 wheat penny's long-term value is rooted not only in its copper composition and scarcity, but also in its enduring cultural significance. Even heavily worn and dirty examples are treasured because they provide a direct link to the past, connecting modern collectors with the lives and experiences of those who used them. Over time, these coins continue to appreciate in value, both financially and historically, serving as lasting reminders of a critical moment in American and world history. Their appeal, authenticity, and symbolism ensure that the 1945 wheat penny will remain a prized numismatic artifact for generations to come. 6. The 1955 wheat penny, even in very dirty and heavily circulated condition, stands as one of the most intriguing coins in American numismatics. Minted at the Denver Mint during the mid-1950s, this coin circulated in a post-war America experiencing economic growth, suburban expansion, and the rise of consumer culture. Over the decades, many of these pennies were lost, damaged, or heavily worn, which makes surviving examples in any collectible condition increasingly rare. A dirty 1955 wheat penny is more than a small piece of copper. It is a witness to the daily life, commerce, and cultural changes of mid-20th century America. Part of the iconic wheat cent series that ran from 1909 to 1958, the 1955 penny represents the culmination of a design beloved for nearly half a century. Abraham Lincoln graces the obverse, symbolizing unity and integrity, while the reverse displays wheat ears, emblematic of growth, prosperity, and the nation's agricultural roots. As one of the first decimal coins widely circulated in the U.S., the wheat penny played a critical role in everyday transactions. By 1955, this series had already become a familiar and enduring element of American life, bridging generations and maintaining its significance in commerce and culture. The composition of the 1955 wheat penny is approximately 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, giving it weight, durability, and a warm, rich appearance. Over decades, copper naturally develops a patina, and dirt accumulation on circulated coins often results in the darkened, worn appearance seen in many surviving examples. Collectors often value this natural aging as a sign of authenticity. Even in very dirty condition, a 1955 penny retains its tactile and visual connection to history, with every scratch and discoloration telling a story of its extensive circulation and long journey through countless hands. Despite its common appearance in circulation, the 1955 wheat penny can be highly valuable in the collector's market. Depending on condition, mint mark clarity, and professional certification, prices can range from approximately $1,000 to as much as $9,000 or more, particularly for coins exhibiting strong detail, rare striking traits, or unusual tunning. Dirty coins, if original and unaltered, are increasingly respected by collectors for their historical integrity. A certified 1955 in any well-preserved state can command premium prices, reflecting both its rarity and the growing demand among collectors for post-war wheat pennies. From an investment perspective, the 1955 wheat penny offers a unique combination of accessibility and potential growth. Its historical significance, high copper content, and increasing collector interest make it a tangible asset that is likely to appreciate over time. Unlike modern collectibles whose value often fluctuates with trends, coins like the 1955 derive worth from a combination of scarcity, authenticity, and cultural significance. Certified examples provide additional security for investors, ensuring that the coin's originality and condition are professionally verified. Collectors interested in the 1955 D wheat penny should focus carefully on condition, even when dealing with very dirty examples. Natural wear from circulation is acceptable and often desirable, but post-mint damage, corrosion, or cleaning can significantly diminish value. Certification by respected grading services, combined with an understanding of grading standards, allows collectors to identify remaining design strength and determine market value accurately. Engaging with coin clubs and online numismatic communities also provides essential guidance, access to reputable sellers, and valuable insights into the wheat penny market. The 1955 D wheat penny occupies an important place in numismatic history as one of the last years of the wheat cent series. By the mid-1950s, the Lincoln Memorial reverse design was soon to replace the wheat ears, marking the end of an era. Collectors and historians value the 1955 D not only for its scarcity and copper composition, but also for its position as a bridge between classic coinage traditions and the modern era. Its existence provides a tangible link to a significant period in U.S. monetary history and offers insight into the evolution of American coinage. Culturally and internationally, the 1955 D wheat penny continues to resonate with collectors worldwide. Its classic design, historical context, and tangible connection to post-war America make it highly desirable beyond U.S. borders. Even very dirty examples carry symbolic weight, representing resilience, continuity, and the enduring legacy of American coinage. Over time, these factors ensure long-term value appreciation, securing the 1955 D wheat penny as both a cherished collectible and a tangible piece of history that transcends generations and geographic boundaries. Another fascinating aspect of the 1955 D wheat penny, even in very dirty condition, is the way it embodies the transition from wartime austerity to post-war prosperity. While the nation was booming economically, everyday coins like this penny still circulated heavily, reflecting the realities of daily commerce. The wear, grime, and darkened patina on surviving coins tell a story of decades of use, showing that even ordinary objects played a role in shaping the rhythm of post-war American life. Collectors often prize these lived-in coins for their authenticity and the historical narratives they silently preserve. The rarity of the 1955 D wheat penny in collectible form enhances its appeal. Millions were minted, yet many have been lost to circulation, melted, or damaged over the decades. Dirty coins that retain legible dates and mint marks are increasingly scarce, and collectors understand that originality often outweighs cosmetic perfection. Even heavily worn examples with intact surfaces are highly sought after because they maintain a direct link to history, proving that value is as much about story and survival as it is about condition. From an educational standpoint, the 1955 D wheat penny provides an ideal learning platform for aspiring numismatists. Studying these coins teaches collectors to distinguish between circulation wear and post-mint damage, recognize mint marks and striking variations, and understand historical context. Even a very dirty penny can reveal much about grading standards, coin composition, and market behavior. This hands-on experience is invaluable, giving collectors insight into the technical and historical aspects of numismatics that extend well beyond the wheat cent series. Internationally, the 1955 D wheat penny continues to attract collectors who value American coinage as both historical artifacts and investment-grade collectibles. Its design, cultural significance, and copper composition appeal to collectors from Europe, Asia, and beyond, who seek tangible connections to mid-20th century America. Global interest has strengthened demand, contributing to long-term value stability. Even coins in very dirty condition, find eager buyers who prioritize authenticity and historical significance over aesthetic perfection. Ultimately, the long-term appeal of the 1955 D wheat penny lies in its blend of history, scarcity, and symbolism. It is more than a 1-cent coin. It is a tangible representation of post-war American life, economic growth, and the enduring legacy of the wheat cent series. Even heavily worn and dirty examples continue to appreciate in value due to their historical importance, collector demand, and international recognition. This coin remains a cherished artifact, ensuring that its story, symbolism, and market relevance will endure for generations. 7. The 1956 D wheat penny, even in very dirty and heavily circulated condition, stands as a remarkable testament to mid-20th century American coinage. Minted at the Denver Mint during the final years of the wheat cent series, this coin circulated in a post-war era of economic growth, suburban expansion, and increasing consumer culture. Despite its seemingly modest denomination, the 1956 D penny was an integral part of daily commerce, passing through countless hands, pockets, and cash registers. Every worn edge, darkened surface, and layer of grime tells a story of decades of use, making a dirty 1956 D wheat penny not just a coin, but a tangible relic of everyday American life. As part of the wheat cent series, which ran from 1909 to 1958, the 1956 D penny carries forward a design that had become deeply familiar and symbolic. Abraham Lincoln appears on the obverse, representing unity and perseverance, while the reverse features paired wheat ears, symbols of agricultural prosperity and the nation's enduring growth. This series was among the first widely circulated decimal coins in the United States, helping standardize daily transactions and strengthen the public's trust in the monetary system. By 1956, the wheat penny had cemented its place in both commerce and culture, bridging generations and offering a direct connection to the past. The 1956 D wheat penny was struck in 95% copper with 5% tin and zinc, reflecting the traditional composition that had characterized U.S. cents for decades. This high copper content gives the coin a substantial feel and allows it to age naturally over time. In very dirty examples, the accumulation of dirt, tunning, and patina enhances its historical authenticity. Collectors often value these natural signs of wear, recognizing that they signify a coin, journey through decades of circulation, and affirm its originality, in contrast to pieces that have been artificially cleaned or altered. Despite its everyday appearance, the 1956 D wheat penny can command impressive values in the collector market. Depending on factors such as remaining design detail, mint mark clarity, and professional certification, prices can range from approximately $1,000 to $9,000 or more for rare or exceptionally preserved specimens. Even heavily worn or dirty examples can achieve significant prices if they retain original surfaces and a legible date. Coins that are certified and graded by respected services like PCGS or NGC often achieve higher values, as collectors and investors are willing to pay premiums for documented authenticity and condition. From an investment perspective, the 1956 D wheat penny offers a unique combination of historical significance, tangible copper content, and collector demand. Unlike modern collectibles subject to volatile trends, coins like this derive value from their scarcity, historical context, and enduring symbolism. Certified examples provide additional confidence for investors, ensuring that authenticity and grade are professionally verified. For those looking to diversify into tangible, historically significant assets, the 1956 D wheat penny offers both financial potential and a direct connection to mid-20th century American history. Collectors interested in the 1956 D wheat penny should pay careful attention to condition, even when handling very dirty specimens. Natural circulation wear is acceptable and often desirable, but corrosion, postment damage, or cleaning can significantly diminish value. Professional certification and understanding grading standards are essential to accurately assess a coin's market value and remaining design strength. Joining numismatic communities, whether in person or online, provides valuable resources, guidance, and opportunities to connect with trusted sellers and fellow enthusiasts who can help locate rare examples. The 1956 D wheat penny also holds a significant place in numismatic history as one of the final years of the wheat cent series. By the late 1950s, the Lincoln Memorial reverse would replace the wheat ears, ending a nearly 50-year run of one of the most iconic U.S. coin designs. Collectors value the 1956 D not only for its rarity and copper composition, but also for its role as a bridge between the classic wheat cent era and the modern cent. Its historical positioning offers insight into the evolution of American coinage, making it an essential piece for serious collectors of mid-century coins. Culturally and internationally, the 1956 D wheat penny resonates with collectors worldwide. Its classic design, copper composition, and connection to post-war American life make it highly desirable beyond the United States. Even very dirty examples carry symbolic significance, representing resilience, continuity, and the enduring legacy of American coinage. As physical currency becomes less common, these coins gain additional emotional and historical value. The 1956 D wheat penny, with its scarcity, story, and symbolism, continues to appreciate over time, ensuring its place as a treasured collectible and a tangible piece of history for generations to come. Another intriguing aspect of the 1956 D wheat penny in very dirty condition is how it reflects the everyday economy of mid-20th century America. While now seen as a collectible, this penny was once a tool for ordinary transactions, buying groceries, paying for transportation, or saving in jars at home. Each mark, scratch, and darkened patch is a trace of its long circulation, making the coin a silent witness to decades of American life. Collectors often value this tangible connection to the past, understanding that the coin's imperfections tell a richer story than pristine examples ever could. The rarity of the 1956 D wheat penny in collectible form further elevates its appeal. Though millions were minted, few have survived with intact dates and clear mint marks, and even fewer remain in original, unaltered condition. Dirty or heavily circulated examples are particularly prized when they maintain authenticity, as originality often outweighs aesthetic appeal in the eyes of experienced collectors. The scarcity of such surviving coins creates consistent demand, ensuring that even a well-worn 1956 D can command significant interest and value in auctions or private sales. From a numismatic education perspective, the 1956 D wheat penny offers invaluable lessons. Collectors learn to evaluate coins based on circulation wear versus postment damage, recognize mint mark variations, and understand historical context that influenced coin production and design. Even very dirty examples serve as practical tools for developing grading skills, understanding market trends, and appreciating the nuanced interplay between condition, rarity, and provenance. This hands-on learning is essential for anyone serious about building a robust coin collection. Internationally, the 1956 D wheat penny has garnered attention as an emblem of American heritage and post-war prosperity. Collectors from Europe, Asia, and beyond value these coins not only for their design and copper content, but also for the historical and cultural narratives they carry. Global demand adds stability and potential appreciation to the coin's market value, as collectors are willing to seek out authentic examples, even heavily circulated ones, to secure a piece of American numismatic history. Ultimately, the long-term value of the 1956 D wheat penny lies in its combination of historical significance, scarcity, and cultural resonance. Even in very dirty condition, the coin remains a tangible link to the mid-20th century, connecting modern collectors with the daily lives of those who once used it. Over time, these factors, authenticity, story, and enduring symbolism, ensure steady appreciation in both monetary and historical terms. The 1956 D wheat penny is more than a collectible. It is a preserved piece of history whose relevance and value will continue to grow for generations. 8. The 1957 D wheat penny, even in very dirty and heavily circulated condition, represents a fascinating and significant chapter in American coinage. Minted at the Denver Mint during the twilight of the wheat cent series, this coin circulated in a time of post-war prosperity, suburban expansion, and increasing consumer culture. Despite its modest denomination, the 1957 D penny was an essential tool for everyday commerce, exchanging hands countless times in purchases, savings, and daily transactions. Each worn edge, discoloration, and layer of grime reflects decades of use, turning a dirty example into a tangible relic of mid-20th century American life. As part of the iconic wheat cent series, which ran from 1909 to 1958, the 1957 D penny carries forward a design that had become deeply familiar to the American public. The obverse features Abraham Lincoln, symbolizing unity, perseverance, and the ideals of democracy, while the reverse displays wheat ears, representing agricultural prosperity and the nation's growth. These coins were among the first widely circulated decimal coins in the United States, establishing trust and consistency in everyday commerce. By 1957, the wheat cent had become a cultural touchstone, bridging generations and serving as a familiar medium of exchange for millions of Americans. Compositionally, the 1957 D wheat penny consists of 95% copper with 5% tin and zinc, giving it a solid weight and durability. Over decades, copper naturally develops tunning and patina, which is particularly evident in very dirty examples. Collectors often prize this natural aging as evidence of authenticity, signaling that the coin has not been artificially cleaned or altered. The layers of grime, wear, and darkened surfaces on a 1957 D penny do not diminish its value. Instead, they tell a story of extensive circulation and the coin's journey through everyday American life. Despite its humble appearance in heavy circulation, the 1957 D wheat penny can command significant market values. Depending on factors such as remaining design detail, clarity of the Denver Mint mark, and professional certification, prices for desirable examples can range from around $1,000 to as much as $9,000 or more. Dirty coins that retain originality and legible dates often attract attention from collectors who prioritize historical integrity over cosmetic perfection. Professional grading and certification through services like PCGS or NGC can further enhance market value by assuring buyers of authenticity and condition. From an investment perspective, the 1957 D wheat penny offers a compelling opportunity. Its scarcity, historical significance, and high copper content make it a tangible, historically grounded asset that has shown consistent appreciation over time. Unlike modern collectibles subject to fleeting trends, these pennies derive value from scarcity, authenticity, and cultural relevance. Investors seeking both financial potential and a connection to history find that a certified 1957 D wheat penny provides a stable and meaningful addition to a diversified collection. Collectors interested in this coin should pay close attention to condition, even when dealing with very dirty examples. Natural wear from circulation is not only acceptable but often desirable, as it confirms originality. Coins that have been harshly cleaned, damaged, or corroded can lose significant value. Understanding grading standards and obtaining professional certification are essential for accurately assessing a coin's market value. Engaging with numismatic communities, whether through local clubs or online forums, can provide insights, trading opportunities, and guidance on locating rare or high-quality examples. Historically, the 1957 wheat penny holds an important position as one of the final years of the wheat cent series. By 1958, the Lincoln Memorial reverse would replace the wheat ears, marking the end of nearly 5 decades of one of the most iconic coin designs in U.S. history. Collectors and historians value the 1957 not only for its scarcity and copper composition, but also for its role as a transitional piece, bridging the classic wheat cent era with modern coinage. Its historical significance and position in the timeline of American coins make it a key collectible for serious numismatists. Culturally and internationally, the 1957 wheat penny continues to attract collectors and investors worldwide. Its classic design, copper content, and connection to mid-century American life give it lasting appeal across borders. Even very dirty examples carry symbolic weight, representing continuity, resilience, and the enduring legacy of U.S. coinage. As physical currency becomes less common in the digital age, these pennies gain additional historical and emotional significance. The 1957 wheat penny, with its story, scarcity, and cultural resonance, remains a prized collectible and a tangible link to a pivotal era in American history, ensuring long-term value appreciation for generations. Another compelling aspect of the 1957 wheat penny in very dirty condition is how it reflects the daily life of ordinary Americans during the late 1950s. While today it is a collectible, at the time it served as a tool for everyday transactions, buying groceries, paying bus fares, or saving coins in jars at home. Every scratch, darkened surface, and worn detail captures decades of circulation, giving the coin a tangible connection to history. Collectors value this authenticity, recognizing that a heavily circulated penny can tell a richer story than even a pristine example. The rarity of surviving 1957 wheat pennies in collectible condition adds significantly to their allure. While millions were minted, many were lost, damaged, or melted over time. Coins that have survived with a legible date and intact Denver mint mark are increasingly scarce, and even very dirty examples can be highly sought after. Originality often outweighs cosmetic appeal in the collector market, making well-worn 1957 pennies a prized addition to any collection, especially for those interested in historical integrity and authentic circulation evidence. From an educational standpoint, the 1957 wheat penny is a valuable tool for numismatists. It teaches collectors to distinguish between post-mint damage and natural circulation wear, evaluate grading standards, and understand historical context. Even dirty coins offer lessons in identifying mint marks, strike quality, and design strength, providing hands-on experience that is essential for building expertise. This learning process deepens appreciation for coinage and allows collectors to better assess both historical and market value. The international appeal of the 1957 wheat penny cannot be overstated. Collectors around the world recognize its significance as part of the final years of the wheat cent series and as a representation of post-war American prosperity. Its design, copper content, and historical narrative resonate beyond U.S. borders, attracting interest from Europe, Asia, and other regions. Global competition for authentic examples, regardless of condition, supports stable market demand and ensures continued appreciation for these historically rich coins. Ultimately, the long-term value of the 1957 wheat penny is rooted in its combination of historical relevance, scarcity, and cultural symbolism. Even heavily worn and dirty examples remain a tangible connection to mid-20th century America, offering both emotional and financial significance. Over time, factors such as collector demand, international interest, and the coin's authentic story ensure that its value will continue to grow. The 1957 wheat penny remains more than a collectible. It is a preserved fragment of history, a cultural artifact, and a testament to the enduring legacy of American coinage.